The natural numbers gave us the implication. If x is greater than or equal to y, then x squared is greater than or equal to y squared. In the integers, that isn't true. We just found an example. What we really are saying is that given a context gamma, we can add that alongside our premise. It's both of these together that are leading to Q. It's not P implying Q on its own, it's P and gamma together giving us Q. And sometimes that can make all the difference. So let's go back to this logical alchemy. How do we turn false into true? This feels like it shouldn't happen. It feels like it's illogical. It makes you wonder if you're really going to trust the mathematics that you're using. I claim it comes down to vagueness in how we word things. If pigs can fly, then pigs can get bird flu. Pigs do not fly, but pigs can get bird flu. And so this is a valid statement, but how? The false premise is going to the true conclusion, but the way it's doing it is by context. Context is what really makes pigs get bird flu. Pigs flying isn't responsible for the bird flu, it's the context. So this is a situation where the important information is not coming from P, but rather gamma is producing Q. It is true that in our current world, there are types of bird flu that a pig can get. And that context, gamma, the current world we have, is giving a reason to believe in Q. P is just along for the ride. It's irrelevant to this conclusion. You could have a logic in which you get to get Q even from a false P by a logical rule, not by any deep thought, but simply the law of explosion might have been part of your context. So, if we put this together, this is the better way to think about what's happening with implication. It's misleading to say that a false premise leads to a true conclusion, because it's never a false premise on its own. It's a context together with a false premise that leads to a true conclusion. And in this case, it's the context that makes true Q in the first place. The only reason we would know true about Q was if something else had proven Q was true. So false never comes to true. It's false plus stuff you chose to ignore. The stuff you chose to ignore is responsible for the truth. There really isn't logical alchemy. There's just vagueness in how we state our logic.